Welcome to Truth Beyond the Stereotypes, where truth isn't filtered to fit, it flows. The podcast where we unlearn expectations, break out outdated narratives, and step fully into who we are meant to be. I am Mia Rose, and this space is all about self trust, growth, accountability, and choosing alignment over approval. If you ever felt boxed in, misunderstood, or ready to outgrow beyond who the world tried to make you, this is a safe space, and this is for you. Perfection isn't an option here. I am speaking my truth from my personal experiences, how it was seen through my eyes and processed through my mind. I create from a place of love, alignment, and growth. Not having all of the answers, I have learned that my voice is activating and my energy gives others permission to rise beyond who they were told to be. I encourage them to question everything, to trust themselves, to stop asking for permission, and to start living in alignment with who they really are. This is not a lecture, and I'm not going to sit here and act like I have all of the answers because I don't. I am sharing my personal experiences, what I have witnessed, and the research I have done. This is just a conversation about us trying to understand ourselves, our emotions, our relationships, and why we do the things we do. And I want to have a conversation about a topic that I know that a lot of people misunderstand, and that is sexual energy. 4 years ago, I learned about the chakra system that's located in our body. And 2 to 3 inches below our belly button, right above our pelvic, is the sacral chakra. And I learned that the sacral chakra is connected to our creative energy, and that our creative energy is connected to our sexual energy, which is also our passion, desire, motivation, and the way we express ourselves. And I know when I say sexual energy, most people automatically think about physical intimacy. And yes, that is one of the ways you can express it. But I want us to look at sexual energy a little different. What if sexual energy is really about life energy? The same energy that creates life is also the same energy that creates ideas, dreams, art, businesses, movements, and transformation. That feeling when you get an idea and you can't stop thinking about it. That feeling when you feel passionate about something and you want to pour all your heart into it. That feeling when you feel inspired. That feeling that makes you go text that ex. That feeling that makes you go back when you know you have no business going back to that man or that woman. That is your creative energy. That is your life force moving through you. And one of the reasons people struggle with this energy is because we were never taught how to understand it. Majority of us grew up in environments where we never had conversations about sex. Literally, the only conversation I had about sex was those classes we had in school. We were never taught how to understand our desires. We were never taught how to identify our emotions. We were never taught how to separate attraction from connection. We were never taught how to sit with those uncomfortable feelings. And those uncomfortable feelings is what we call those horny moments. Those moments when we go entertain situations that we know we don't have no business entertaining. So as adults, we find ourselves trying to navigate these powerful emotions without even having the tools needed to understand them. And when people don't know how to express energy in a healthy way, they go back to what's familiar. And for majority of us, sex becomes one of the most common ways we release, connect, escape, or feel something. And again, let's be clear, there's nothing wrong with sex. Sex can be beautiful. Sex is loving. Sex can be a healthy expression of intimacy between two people. But sometimes we have to ask ourselves a deeper question. Am I seeking sex, or am I seeking something I believe sex will give me? Because those are two different questions. Sometimes people are not actually craving the physical act. Sometimes they actually want a connection. Sometimes they want to feel chosen. Sometimes they want to feel desired. They want to be comforted. And because sex creates such a powerful emotional and physical response, it becomes the place where people go when they don't know where else to put their feelings. And when they don't know where to put this energy, people are willing to do whatever they can to escape it, especially if they stress, lonely, experiencing rejection or pain. I want y'all to think about it like this, because this is what has helped me. Imagine all of that energy being built up inside of you. Let me tell y'all, I was restless. I was emotional. I was overwhelmed. And I needed an outlet. And just imagine if nobody ever taught you how to journal, create, exercise, meditate, communicate, set boundaries, process your emotions. You may reach for that thing that gives you the quickest relief from that feeling. And please understand, I'm not judging no one's behaviors, because who am I to judge? This is what understanding human behavior is all about. As someone who studies behavior, one thing I have learned is that behavior is communication. And a lot of times the question isn't just, why is the person doing this? It's always a deeper question, because the deeper question is what leads to the root, the start, the beginning. What need is this behavior trying to meet? Because behind every behavior, it's a story and an emotion. It's always something underneath the surface. And that's where healing begins. When we become curious about ourselves. Instead of saying, why am I like this? We start asking, what am I really feeling right now? What am I trying to feel? What am I trying to avoid? What is this energy trying to tell me? Because your energy is always communicating with you. Sometimes that sexual energy isn't asking you to find another person. It's asking you to create. It's asking you to move your body. It's asking you to start that dream you've been putting off on. It's asking you to heal a part of yourself that you've been neglecting. It's asking you to reconnect with yourself. And this is where self-awareness becomes powerful, because you understand yourself. And when you understand yourself, you have choices. You don't have to be controlled by every feeling that comes up. And every feeling that comes up doesn't need a response. You can always honor your feelings without allowing them to control your decisions. You can acknowledge the desire without abandoning your values. You can experience attraction without confusing it with, should I be entertaining this person right now? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Those conversations that only happen at certain hours of the day. And I think it's especially important when it comes to relationships. Because I definitely made mistakes when it came to instant chemistry for a deep connection. Someone can make you feel excited. Someone can make you feel desired. Someone can awaken parts of you that have been asleep. Because let me tell y'all know I'm a nerd. And I absolutely love intellectual conversations. And those are rare coming from males. And I did not have them so often, to the point that when I did have them, I thought I met the one. I can sit back and laugh at it now because I've learned from it. But boy, let me tell you, I used to think, let me tell you, we're not going to even talk about it, but just know I ended up in some connections that shouldn't have never happened. But I've learned that just because I am able to have an intellectual conversation with somebody doesn't mean that they automatically can have access to my heart. Passion is powerful. But emotional safety matters. Consistency matters. Respect matters. Communication matters. A healthy connection requires more than chemistry. It requires two people who knows how to show up. And in order for a person to show up for you, they have to be able to show up for themselves. So if we keep allowing that sexual energy to dictate and to make choices for us, this is why we have so many broken homes. This is why we have so many single parents. And please understand, I do believe everything happens for a reason. And I have met the most amazing single mothers, single fathers, and co-parenting situations and families. But we do need our healthy families back. And I just want us to have these uncomfortable conversations, because these uncomfortable conversations is what leads to growth. We need to have these conversations with our children. I have been successful with not being able to have sex because I have a better understanding when it comes to my sexual energy. And understanding my sexual energy has put me in a position that allowed me to be successful in other areas of my life. Because now I understand that that energy is connected to other things. My creative energy, my passion. So next time you feel a strong wave of sexual energy, whether it's desire, excitement, frustration, passion, I want you to ask yourself, where do I need this energy to go? Am I using this energy to create the life that I want? Am I expressing myself in a way that honors who I am becoming? Because your energy is powerful. And it should be used in a way that allows you to become the best version of yourself. What are you creating? I want you guys to continue choosing yourself, to continue growing, to continue learning on how to turn your energy into something that reflects the person you are becoming. And that's what has motivated me to become even more selective with my energy. Because I know taking that energy to entertain something that's not going to put me in a position to achieve my goals, it's only going to put me back in a place where I have to learn a lesson that I already learned. And I'm tired of learning those lessons. Every time we choose self-awareness over reaction, responsibility over avoidance, and healing over repeating old cycles, we change our story. The work we do within ourselves become the foundation we built for those who come after us. And if you want to know different ways to use your creative energy, think about the things that bring you joy. The things that you would do if money was never an issue, if all your bills were paid, and your bank account had unlimited zeros. Talk to you later.